Ahora. Estamos bien. Ahora chicos, bienvenidos a otro capítulo más. Capítulo 2, chicos. Como siempre, continuamos este magnífico juego. Como siempre, como he dicho, casi una hora, como siempre. Y, por cierto, tengo preparado el agua. Porque me ha olvidado de repente. Un poquito, un sorbito. Toma un sorbito. Ah, rica. Vale. Vale, hemos cogido el carbón. Vale, no hemos hecho nada, no hemos movido nada. Sí. Estás muy guapa. No, admitir que estás más guapa que Bianca. Bueno, nada. Déjame de rollos y más andársela ya.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Ahí vaya. Ojo.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
¡Ojo! Aquí. No seas infiel. En esa época no sé si puedes tener muchas mujeres.
Now stop staring
No
at
sé.
her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
Vale, ya ha llegado la hora. Bien. Toma ya. Mira que ya, genial.
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
¿Es él?
Those
¿No?
days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, then. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a
Then
commoner?
try it.
Necesita mucho entrenamiento.
You still have a lot to learn. Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work, very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen
Podría
to
ser,
it over a
es
cup
más
of
que un
wine.
herrero, ¿no?
Duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sir.
It's been an honor, says Svan. Have a safe journey to Sassan.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzik. Thank you for the hospitality.
Ah, son diferentes reacciones. Porque había otros muy diferentes.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Fue un soldado. O alguien que...
Teach me how to use it like Sir Radzik said.
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an
Yeah, verdad.
adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
Talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree, and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them, or beat them.
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
The messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened?
Jojo. Nos atacan. Sí, de repente. ¿Qué son? Tiene pinta de malo, loco. Dios. Yo, así, sin más.
Listen to me now. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the truck. Go to the castle. Hurry.
What about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Edward. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Dios.
Quickly! We have to close the gates! Move! Come on, we're closing! Move it, people! Come on! Come on! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside quick! We have to shut the gates! People, come on!
Mind this, Rick.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Get through the gates!
Dios. Carnicería, ¿no? Uf. Uf. Va a acabar mal. Va a acabar mal. Ay, lo siento. Oh, Dios, Dios. ¡No! Hijos de puta. Os voy a matar ya.
Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run!
Buena, buena.
Find the horse! Ride to town!
Ah, no jodas.
Someone's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moats! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
A huir. O sea, hay que avisar a los demás. Y soy Razi. Uf. Dios mío. Han matado a nuestros padres delante de mí. Hijos de puta son. Hasta el puto calvo. Tienes espada de Sirrazi. Ah, tenemos un arma. Genial. Pero no sé, pero no va a servir mucho. No sé si está forjada completamente. Corre, vale. Corro. Corro, no tengo ni idea dónde voy. Calmar está el cambio. Conseguir un caballo. Caballo. Cuidado. Dios. No me esperaba para nada que va a ser así de rápido, de golpe. No. No, no, sigan por el camino, sí, sí, sí. ¿Me está siguiendo alguien o me siguen? No, no sé, no quiero mirar atrás. Porque si pone correr, esa no podemos quedarnos aquí. ¿Me está siguiendo? Vale, vale, el caballo. Entonces le decía permitir el medio combina presión, presión y resistencia. 2 veces más rápido, consume resistencia, vale. Vale. Vete a roje, vale. Puede ser agotado, puede consumir resistencia. Todo si no es un jinete experto. Vale, hay que mejorar la equitación. Espera, ¿qué es eso? Uf. No son malos, no sé. Mejor corro. Vale, cargando. Así, ahora. Uy, vale, partida guardada, perfecto. Uff. Qué cabrones son. ¡Hostia! Uff. Me han dado. Vale, tengo que huir a toda costa. Hasta el destino no tenemos que avisarlos. Uy, uy. Tengo hambre ahora, no fastidies ahora. El personaje está no sabe cómo vendarse la seguida. No jodas. Es que busca a alguien que le ayude. Vale, lo tengo detrás. Me pone el icono de amarillo, creo que me está atacando. Ya, qué cabrones. Vale, tengo que ir ahí. He descubierto el punto de viaje rápido. Vale. Izquierda. Ah, izquierda. Vale.
Warn the others! They've torn scallops!
Ah, no, 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 no. Vamos, recupera. Vamos. Vale, así ahora, vamos. Es que lo he escuchado por detrás. Corre. Sí, güey, no. Aguanta. ¡No! Uf, se me está cansando el puto caballo, loco. Vale, ahora. Vale, por lo menos regenerar rápido, Vale, tengo hambre ya. Uy, así de golpe. Venga, va. Es ahí, ¿no? Es un castillo. Vale, he ganado un nivel. Inquietación, perfecto. Uf. Bueno, bien, 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 bien. Bueno, bueno. Uf, estoy muy jodido,
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tartars?
Tartars, you said. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out.
Claro. Me dole. Se desmaya, claro. Se desmaya. Hombre, claro, no puede quedar así la fecha.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
Vale.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the insides of the attackers? Were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe.
Hay que hacer algo.
What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of him. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Vale, nos vendrá a atacar. Ya que, y tenemos que preparar lo peor. A ver que sí, roba. Ese, ¿no? Así de golpe. No, nos atacan porque sí. Me está gustando mucho, en serio, me está gustando mucho. Quiero continuar esto. Vale, partida guardada, perfecto. Tengo hambre y tengo sueño, me imagino. Porque se ve una camita. Quiero robar, tengo que ver.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Sí, tenemos que comer.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
Un espadero.
I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
Pues he perdido reputación por eso. Vaya, ya. Y a la cocina, por ejemplo. Ropa. Bueno, al menos, pero se puede recuperar de reputación, ¿no? Creo que sí.
Milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer baby.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, my lady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Buena persona.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Vale. Qué estito, muy amable, sí, ha sido muy amable. Bueno, supongo que es porque está serio y está muy preocupado. Cuanto más tiempo se mete y se puede llegar a morir. Ojo, se puede morir este personaje. Hostia, tengo un montón de hambre. No me da algo. No te importa, ¿no? Vale. Ya estoy mejor, ¿no? Sí, ya estoy mejor. Dame todo, sí, dame todo. Gracias. Patasaro. Vino. Ojo, vino. Esta es de la nutrición, salud y energía. Te dan buena nutrición. Que me puedo emborrachar. Ojo, este juego se puede emborrachar. Cuidado, Cuidado, no quiero ser un tonto en culo que me ponga a emborrachar. Vale, estamos bien. Vale. No quiero líos ahora. No quiero líos. ¿Algo más? No, ¿qué vas a comer? El que tenga más algo. ¿Ya está bien, no? Sí, ya está bien. Tengo sueño. Bosteza, como mola. ¿Cuánto tiempo que se quiere dormir? ¿Dormir? ¿Cuánto quiere dormir? Oh, -1, -1. Vale. Vale, esto. Vale, saciar ese hambre. La energía, vale. A tope, 12 horas. Hostia, ¿va así? ¿En serio? Ah, ya, what? Una hora, tampoco. Joder. Me quedo sin agua. Vaya, por Dios. No pasa nada. Está bien ahora. Vale, supongo que esto es prólogo, ¿no?
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
Ahora de mí no bueno.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace.
Soy buena persona.
You're not alone.
Muy buena persona.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Es verdad, tiene razón. Ahora tenemos una conversación, ¿no? Y nos puede hablar de ello, contar la historia de que venga, ¿por qué no? ¿Vas a contar?
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
Fui a terreno por una cerveza y vi a mi dama blanca. Fui a cobrar una deuda. Eso no. Hay tiempo.
Kunesh owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunesh had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens.
Ahí atento, no lo he visto. No lo he
Kunesh
visto.
still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home.
No había fijado el
I promised
tiempo.
Father I'd help him with his work.
Os juro que no
and
he
look
visto.
forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radley.
Mi padre y yo vemos la vida. Si vas a buscar el padre. Mi padre y yo no vemos la vida.
Chatting the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only you'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
¿Qué?
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Vi una horda enorme. Era una horda
The
enorme.
horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
La gente yo voy a decir que vas a ver
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Los cúmenes estaban saqueando el pueblo. No sabía de que
I
lo
needed
que
a
hacía.
horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with
Vale.
all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her.
Oh, no jodas. No, no vas a
I wanted to
mentirla.
help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Saradzic, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Es una putada, pero no puedes hacer
It's
nada.
terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he let such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings.
Nunca pierdes la fe, en verdad. Nunca la pierdas, Harry.
Has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pregislavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young. Beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Es bastante buena persona. También tenía perdido. Pero no pierdas nunca la fe, Terry. Nunca la pierdas. Nunca. Nunca, nunca, nunca. Vale, a dormir. Bueno, pues no sé qué va a pasar ahora, adelante. Ojo. Son imaginaciones. No, su padre le ha dicho que tenía que huir. Eso es importante.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Ojo. Nuestras personas, o sea, los supervivientes, ¿no? Y las almenas, pero las escaleras de la puerta. Vale. ¿Dónde está la puerta? Ahí, donde me ha sentado. La mujer en la media. Toma antosa de la mesa. Vale. Mantener. A lo mejor se puede usar la poción Choctacabras. Date, vale. Digo, como, no sé si va a apagar esto, No hay nadie. Aquí, ¿no? Sí, pero... arriba, ¿no? Sí. ¿Vamos a ver? Sí. ¿Qué está pasando?
No. What about you?
Me? How could I?
I saw you with the robot. Didn't he tell you anything?
No, nothing.
Ya está. Vale.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my command, and all will end well.
Vale.
Hey!
Ahí va. A ver.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on scouts.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Gibbs sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did this boy see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there. Won't we?
Right, you will.
Take care.
Sir
Anda.
Ensing, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Ratic, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though. God, a brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were hobbled and balding.
Come
I
on,
see you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hamish.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too.
¿Y la espada? ¿Qué tiene que entregar?
Dark times.
¿Qué tiene que entregarle ahí?
Move out!
Uf. Ni se te ocurra irte a este sitio porque no es una buena idea. Enterrar para pero bueno, ya sé que es algo bueno, pero ahora no es un momento para ir. Es repentino para irte ahora.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice and slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body.
Estamos
I want
ahí,
you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people, now he knows they've fled.
O sea, va para
Keep your
guerra,
eyes
no
peeled.
jodas.
Report everything to me at once. Understood?
Todo lo de orden. ¿Tengo que hacer algo? Sí, ¿en qué puedo ayudar?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch for the battle, my men?
Is that a request or an order?
Las dos cosas.
It was a request you answered yesterday.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. Don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Take care.
¿Tengo que vigilar? ¿Dónde? ¿Aquí? Vigilar las almenas. Las almenas creo que están... Este sitio. El que voy a mirar. Aquí no veo una mierda, Solo veo gente con antorchas. Y es que no veo bien. Y si subo un poco arriba, a lo mejor puedo ver un vistazo bien. Una buena vista. Yo veo unas antorchas. Yo veo antorchas nada más. No se ve tanto. Vale, aquí... Ojo, elemento. El paso te va dando, se supone que no haya ir. Primero de avisada y luego llamar a un guardia. Pero el lugar es custodiado, te restaura de manera inmediata. No jodas. No jodas. Pues no voy a entrar ahí. Hola, tío. A ver, las amenazas es esto, ¿no? Esto. Me estaba haciendo... ¿Qué ha pasado? Ah. Bueno, pues sí. Pues sí. Ah, ya está, vale. Si hay que esperar algo, se puede dejar pasar el tiempo. Solo hay que pulsar. Ah. Pero cuidado, en cansarse de cambio también aumenta cuando se deja pasar el tiempo. Espera hasta mañana. Pues vámonos a dormir. Tampoco no hay que hacer mucho aquí. Así que vámonos. ¿Cuánto queda? Se está acabando el directo. Joder. No esperaba que va a ser más largo. Vamos a dormir. Como llueve. Hola, chicos. Cierra la puerta. Vale. Cerrar esa rueda, muy fácil. Bueno, tampoco, no quiero leerlo, A ver, se rompe y se escucha todo, Vamos a dormir. A la mañana, o sea... ¿A las 8? No sé, a las 8. Así que compramos un poco de energía. Y tenemos que comer, por cierto. Vale, la candela se puede comer. Ah, ahí. Vale. Me esperaba un poco a las 8 de la mañana. Como suele ser. Un poco más pronto. ¡Ojo! Nos atacan. Y mierda, no tengo armadura ni nada, ¡Ojo! Cuidado, Ya deja de llover, de golpe. ¡Ojo! ¡No jodas!
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Acá disputan.
Lord of Talmberg. That's the bastard who led me to the skulls and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Saratsik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir?
Comienza, adiós.
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not a Talmud. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Saratsik Kobila is not a Talmud and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed.
Comienza, adiós. Como se va todo, adiós
And goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there's little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ah, vale, hemos limpiado. Pero no creo que esto va a durar mucho. Porque ha dicho una mentira. Y yo creo que va a ver. No me fío de estos. Ojo. ¿No jodas? Ah, no, retirará, vale, retirará, vale. Si alza la mano hacia adelante significa que va a atacar directamente eso. Si da vuelta significa que se retiran.
Get on with you, Rhubarb.
Enterrados ustedes queridos, no jodas. Hola, Zaz, ¿qué haces aquí? No sé qué está aquí. Ah, está mi cachorrito aquí. No, está esperándome. ¿Qué pasa, chicos? Ahora no, por favor. Bueno, gente, me parece que tenemos que dejar aquí, chicos. Vamos a seguir, seguimos mañana, chicos, ¿vale? Porque me está encantando este capítulo. Y como siempre, felices fiestas y feliz Navidad para vosotros. Que tengáis un buen día y que tengáis un buen sueño. Feliz Navidad para todos ustedes. Así que nada, gente, espero que os haya gustado. Nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo. Feliz Navidad, chicos. Adiós.